when you were young, your pops had you on the road with them, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like, he would have me on the road. He would have me in rehearsals. He would have me in the studios. And I was just soaking up game. And it was just inspiring to see all of that. And I definitely learned a lot from Pops. He taught me everything I know. And then I taught myself the rest.
Woo! All right, everybody. This is your boy, Ma Wand, here at Dash Radio on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Bro, speaking of fame, man, we got an LA staple. Somebody, a architect of the modern sound, man. None other than Ty motherfucking Dolla Sign. How are you doing, bro?
What's the deal, man? Are we cussing on this motherfucker? What's happening then?
Bro, we can cuss as much as we
What's
want,
the
man.
motherfucking deal?
Bro, you know what the fucking deal is, man. First off, part of what I got to do here when I'm doing interviews is I got to listen to the artist's music all week. So you can imagine how lit my week was, right?
I mean, if you listen to Ty Dolla Sign, the staple of LA, you know, one of the best artists in the fucking world, I could definitely imagine you had a lit week. You know
Stupidly lit week.
It was probably Sucio.
I started from Fareed TC, got all the way to Beach House 3. I went all the way to Futurin.
Wait a minute, man. Hold on. Sorry to interrupt, but let's just get this straight. Are you a Sucio or Olympio?
Am I a Sucio or Olympio?
Yeah, which one are you, man?
You gotta explain to me the difference.
I just want to know. Pick one first, man. Which one resonates better?
I am
are you
a Sucio.
There we go. Sucio boys up.
Hell yeah, dog. That's how you know I was meant to be. So one thing I'm gonna do right now, Ty, I brought one of your homies here. You know, we couldn't do the interview with Ty without bringing the homie Mustard.
Oh, wow.
So we had to bring the special. Oh, I'm sorry. If you look at it, we made you a special branded for your new joint, My Friends Mustard.
I appreciate the love, man.
Of course, man.
I appreciate this.
We couldn't do this without shouting out Mustard and making sure at least he was here, you know, in presence.
Shout out Mustard, man. I just left him right now, and he knew I was coming to do, you know, some work for My Friends, and I was like, you just gonna let me do this shit alone? I guess they had other shit. He's probably doing beats or playing tennis with his ass. But it's okay.
Listen, we gonna get to the bottom of what Mustard was doing right now. But I gotta ask you, man. I met Pooh Bear back in 2014, legendary Pooh Bear. I remember Pooh Bear told me, he said, "Man, did you know that Ty gave Mustard all them sounds that they be using?"
That's a fact, man. That's a Fendi right there. And Mustard will tell you about it. He said recently in an interview that we did, he still uses those same exact sounds today. You know, sounds never die. Shout out to Mustard, and thank you for, you know, actually putting those sounds to work and making something out of it, you know? He's changed not only his life, but so many people's lives around us through music. And he's a good guy, you know, takes care of his kids, does so much for the community. Shout out to my brother Mustard. I'm honored that, you know, we not only have this song, My Friends, that we just dropped, which is probably like the best song in the world right now. You know, NBA picked it up and made it their song of the season. And, you know, it just feels good. You know, I'm on Dash Radio again, and we lit.
Man, it's an honor to have you here, bro. Here at Dash, we like to make everything in-house. So today we were like...
It's a beautiful setup, man. It's my first time here, and I'm like, wow, y'all got the airport room, the railroad, like everything.
We gotta do some kind of album release here, some kind of listening party or something, bro.
You know,
have all your homies come through.
Into existence. Let's go.
So another thing that we made here for you today, I got 3 gifts, okay? The next gift is in honor of the song. We made you a custom My Friends DJ Mustard, Ty Dolla Sign, and Lil Durk t-shirt.
Wow. This is amazing right here, man. I appreciate the love, man. I feel bad I didn't come with no gifts, man.
Bro,
I'm gonna smoke you out after this shit, though.
Hey, man, if I get smoked out by Ty Dolla Sign after this, dog, I don't care if I have a drug test tomorrow, fam. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. So I want to give you something else I do, Ty. I give every artist I talk to an album. Normally, it's an album from my CD collection.
Wow.
But today, I was like, nah, I'm going to go out. I'm going to look a little far and wide. I had a specific album I wanted to give you. So tell me if you rock with this or not. This is from our good friends at Amoeba.
I love Amoeba.
Shout out to Amoeba. We're still trying to get the
Like
sponsorship.
years
I've been
ago,
telling
I met
y'all.
one of my idols, one of my favorite artists in the game at Amoeba, just flipping through records. His name is Jay Dilla. Long live Jay Dilla.
Wow, rest in peace, Jay
I love
Dilla.
this place.
I brought you a CD from Amoeba.
Wow,
Tell me what that means to
Lakeside.
you.
You know, my father was a part of this band. He brought me the Fantastic Voyage album, which is a legendary album with like hits like, of course, Fantastic Voyage, Say Yes. There's so much good stuff on here. Your Love Is the One. Shout out to the big homies from Lakeside. And they still out here doing shows, killing it. Rest in peace to Coolio, who just passed, who, if you guys heard Fantastic Voyage, one of his biggest songs, he had sampled that song. So rest in peace to him and shout out to his family.
Coolio, man. I think it's one of the most beautiful things is that, of course, man,
Means a lot.
when you were young, your pops had you on the road with them, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like, he would have me on the road. He would have me in rehearsals. He would have me in the studios. And I was just soaking up game. And it was just inspiring to see all of that. And I definitely learned a lot from Pops. He taught me everything I know. And then I taught myself the rest. So,
But is
shout
it
out to me, too.
Of course, shout out to you, man. But I gotta ask, is it true? Like you were on the road or in the studio with like Rick James?
My dad used to play with him. He played horns for him. And even up until where he passed, you know. Shout out to him and his family. Shout out to Tina Marie and her family. So I was around for it all.
And you got to, it's so cool to me, like full circle that your pops brought you around when you were a kid. And then when you did your, big solo tours, sold out shows, you had Pops coming out playing the horns?
Yeah, man. He's also playing the horns on my new single, My Friends, alongside a couple other horn players. But Pops is definitely on the new single, so shout out to him and thanks for all his help. And like I say, man, it was good to soak up all the game, and now I'm the new Rick James, bitch.
Wait. That did not go over my head. Your Pops is playing the horns on the new single?
Yes.
That is
I got it on
bananas,
video,
man.
for sure. Pops, and a couple other guys, you know what I'm saying?
So
originally, F&Z brought me this melody, and it had horns already on it, but we added more to it and just made it crazy.
That's such a beautiful thing. It's such a rare, it's so hard for one musician to make it in this industry.
Yeah.
Let alone for that torch to get passed. And I think it's so beautiful that you were able to take it and then take it to another level.
I appreciate it, man.
And I gotta ask, what are you gonna do if your daughter Jalen wants to make music? Are you gonna let her do it or not?
I would support anything she wants to do. She doesn't seem to want to do music. Recently, one day we were in front of one of the homies and they asked her, can she sing? And she said, yeah. I've never heard it. I remember back when she was way younger, we made a song and it was called I'm a Little G. It was her song and she was rapping. So I know she could rap if she wanted to, but she's into basketball like heavy right now.
Okay.
And she's killing it. So, I'm gonna support whatever she wants to do. She also got a clothing line called Green Eyed Girls, and she made a website for it. So I'll be posting it soon. It's the flyest, clothes for the young ladies. So it's coming.
I'm gonna confirm this on air that Ty is a great father. Before we jumped into this motherfucker, you checked in with her.
Yes, sir.
Dude,
yes, sir.
how many times a day are you checking in with Jalen?
All day long. We'll FaceTime. She's, in school, and whatever she needs, I'm there. We'll link right after, I'm done with my day or she's done with her day. So, of course, it's my daughter. What else are you supposed to do?
No, of course, but you got a busy-ass schedule.
I do, man, but it's just a job. It's just like if I was a doctor or a fireman I remember she used to ask me, like, why can't you just stay home longer? Why can't you just be a mailman or a fireman? But, I was blessed with music, and I'm sure she's happy,
Absolutely, man. I was just curious if the torch was going to get passed down again.
Like I said, whatever she chooses to do, I'm there. So the torch is getting passed down, maybe in a different way. And hopefully when I get lucky and have some more kids, maybe one of them will choose music.
Yeah, well, regardless, man, we got to get back to the new project with Mustard.
Yeah.
So is this going to be like you and Mustard with an artist on every song? It's almost like you guys are like executive producing this together?
Nah, it's just me and Mustard. I'm the artist, he's the artist. We're both the producers. And we just did it like that. If we're lucky to get a couple surprises, which you already know we probably will, you know, like the first one, Lil Durk, he came through for me. Me and Lil Durk go back probably like 2013 type shit, and then we were on the cover of the Double XL Freshman 2014. So we both been in this shit for a minute. I would say he's hit a fucking crazy height right now in his career, and I love to see it. It was the consistency and the never giving up, because you'll look at that same cover and you'll see everybody else. You're like, some people hit, some people just stop doing it, you know? And I would say, if you really love whatever the fuck you doing, one day you're gonna blossom in that shit, so keep on going. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. I mean, I think most of those Double XL freshman covers, you're only gonna get like one or two that actually make it out.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. Eight years later, you and Dirk were able to hop on this record. Video's crazy, of course.
It, man.
Video's super dope. What else can we expect?
I'm sitting here fingering your table. Excuse me. That's totally inappropriate.
Yo, Ty and this table got something going on, man. I wanted to ask about your unique voice too, because you got one of the most unique voices in the game since you came in. And what I love is you haven't altered at all. At what point did you find your sound? Was it younger in your when you were young, or is it just?
I've been singing since young, but I feel like I found my sound after Tooted and Booted, because it was like, all right, cool, they like this. Let me keep on doing these. And once I got my chance to like have my first album, Free TC, then I was like, let me show them what else I can do. Because it was like, when I first was coming in, I felt like I've been knowing how to actually record myself and produce and do full songs since about like, 17, 18. And Tooted and Booted wasn't until I was about like 25. And at that time, it was like, before that or whatever, well, no, at that time, I had a project. Tooted and Booted was my song, featuring YG and TC4800, my cousin. We got the song going in the streets. Everybody started fucking with it. We did the video ourselves. My homie James Earl, who's also a very successful actor now, producer, director, he directed the video alongside us, and we shot it at Dockweiler Beach with a whole bunch of homies and shit. The shit got millions of views. So we took it in, we shopped it. Shout out Seville and Big B, my homies at the time that ended up getting us the situation with Max Goose over at Def Jam, but they didn't want to sign Ty Dolla Sign. They wanted to sign YG. And then, if you notice, when the video came out, the video that Def Jam paid for, shot by Colin Tilley, who's now a super legend, charging $2 million and shit for his videos.
Yeah.
He shot the video at the time, and when you see it, it doesn't say featuring Ty Dolla Sign. It was only YG, Tooted and Booted. So we let that happen, and then we kept on pushing, kept on doing more songs. Then I had All Star, and All Star started to take off in the city. Shout out to all the DJs out there that was playing that shit. Not only LA, San Francisco, San Diego, the whole California. They was playing it in Arizona. They was playing it everywhere. Denver, doing little radio runs. And then I got shut down by Swedish House Mafia, who I sampled at the time, who I thought was gonna clear it, but they didn't clear it. It's all good, full circle. I just did a song with them recently that was pretty successful, you know, so shout out to them. You know I had to charge their ass though. And after that, I got, my situation happened once I did probably Cabana. It was a song off of Beach House One. It was the Beach House One project, really, which also had Paranoid and a couple other joints. And then my homie Sean Barron ended up getting me a deal with Atlantic. And then, you know, life changed and shit. Everything was good.
Yeah.
And that was like, I would say, when I was able to show the other side, the R&B side, the many different levels to Ty Dolla Sign, other than just like club music, like Tooted and Booted and shit.
Yeah. No, you got layers. I remember listening to when you first dropped Free TC, you had like horses in this
Horses in the stable, yeah.
which is like more like acoustic, you know what I mean? Like I'd say less layers on it.
Yeah.
But then you like took us back to that old school when you did Straight Up.
Yeah.
This motherfucker brought Jagged Edge back.
Yeah, man.
Was that was actually Jagged Edge redoing the vocals too, right?
Yeah, that was them singing on the song. Shout out to my brothers. Basically, growing up, Jagged Edge was one of my favorite groups I ever heard. Jermaine Dupri, everything he was doing at the time. So it was like my goal. Like when I actually get my chance to do my album, I'm gonna get Jagged Edge. So I got Jagged Edge. I don't care what everybody else doing. It's like I wanted Jagged Edge. I also wanted Babyface, who was one of the best R&B fucking song makers of all time.
Yeah.
Probably the best, top #1 in my book. Consistently wise, and he just put out an album right now. It's out right now. If you don't got it, go listen to it. So I got Babyface, him, Sarah, Creative Partners, who are my brothers who gave me my first look, really. Like my first song that ever came out on a CD or a vinyl was on the Sarah Creative Partners album. They also introduced me into Kanye. Shout out to my bro. Way back then, you know, on the Touch the Sky tour, we were on tour with them. So I wanted to fuck with who I really fuck with. You know what I'm saying? I got James Fauntleroy and Brandy and Kendrick Lamar on the first song on the album LA. So
On the first fucking project.
that's my type of shit, you know? I wanted to fuck with the people that I actually love.
And are we gonna get the Ty Dolla Sign and James Blake project? Where's that stand?
You know what, man? I gotta hit James Blake. I talked to him recently. I don't know if I'm gonna say it, but if I should say it, but I'm gonna say it. I was working with the homie Dave from London, and James Blake did the beat. So yeah, it's on the way.
Okay. That's gonna be real dope,
yeah,
man.
But, me and James Blake need to lock in. He's like another one of the most talented people I ever heard in my life.
Nah, he really is. But I'm wondering, because you've collaborated with everybody, right? You've collaborated with every big name. Anyone I feel like who's won a Grammy in the last like 5-6 years in this lane, Ty has collaborated with. But who is Ty still trying to collaborate with now? Who's like the, you know what I mean, that one that you want to get?
Shit, it's so many, man. Like, I'm trying to think. Oh, this dude named Icy Twat. That's what I'm listening to a lot right now. A$AP Rocky put me on to him like a year back, and it just hasn't happened yet, but he's one of my favorite artists right now, and producers.
Icy Twat?
Icy Twat, check him out.
That's a crazy name,
Yeah.
Icy Twat.
Yeah, the music crazy too.
No, I'm sure it is, man. Ty, so you've done one thing really well your whole career, which is just blending in with others, right? But can we expect like a EP 3, 4,
or
5
standing
songs?
out over and taking over the songs.
Yeah. Yo, you were mad funny. Like I didn't realize how like comedic you were when you in the studio. You probably just cracking everybody up.
Oh man, we going crazy.
But you really
have a good time. I think that's what's most important. You know, my mom still asks me to this day. She's like, "Yo, are you still having fun? Like, do you still love what you're doing?" And I do. I feel like it's a blessing every day. I worked hard to get to this level. And I remember the times when I was doing music and, you know, my brother or the homies that were coming around, they would say they love it. And I know I would love it. And I know the girls that I was fucking with loved it. But it was like, I just couldn't get it out to the world. And I know there's other artists out there like that. So I would just say keep on fucking going. But now, this shit is great. And I still love it. It's still fun just to be able to do what I love, feed my family, and not only from that aspect, but I actually do like love music. Like I really play music, like play instruments and make songs and sing all day. You heard me when I'm just in here. I'm just singing.
This
all day.
motherfucker wrote like 3 melodies as we were setting these cameras up. I swear to God. But you were actually trained in. I read every instrument except the horns.
Yeah, no woodwinds and no brass. Trained, not like professionally. I was trained on piano professionally, like at my high school, Hamilton High School. I was in the music academy and shit, and I took a piano class, and that was cool to like learn how to read music, write music, and you know, that level. But that wasn't really my lane. I always knew it wasn't gonna be my lane, so I've learned how to play from ear, and that was before that. So I can already hear whatever we're listening to and like automatically go to it on the keys, or I've like learned how to get there on the bass and learn how to get there on the guitar, and then took that to the organ and started playing for a church, playing bass in church. And then I'll go to places like Egypt and they play oud out there. So I'll pick up a oud and I'll learn the song.
You can play a oud?
Yeah, anything with strings, anything with keys, anything with percussion.
You can pretty much play anything, but I thought it was interesting that you don't play the horns. Is that because your pops did and you were like, I'm going to leave that to him?
It's not because I wanted to leave it to him. I definitely am a competitive person. I wanted to try, but that shit gives me a headache, man. Even he would come in with his lip all fat, looking crazy and shit. I'm like, drool, I'm like, fuck all that.
Yeah.
Mom, how do you like this guy?
Oh man,
and then you see a beautiful girl that comes in and plays trumpet and shit in the studio, and then she starts playing that thing, and then oh shit, that's what I was looking at. No hate to the trumpet players, man. It's one of the most beautiful instruments.
I never thought of this. So people who play the horns are ugly. They're gonna be naturally ugly. It's gonna mess their lips up.
It definitely fucks your lips up. It definitely, you gotta have the win. I smoke hella weed all fucking day. But I do know trumpet players that smoke weed all day that could still just like hold the note forever. So no excuses. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, but no, you are definitely multi-talented. I want to say you've touched every genre, but is there a genre you haven't touched yet that Ty wants to? You know what? Like, I want to do this.
I've never done a full-on punk rock song, and I feel like I could do it. I feel like I have the voice for it. I feel like I could definitely make the beat. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never done that. I don't know if I will. I did make a couple songs with HR from Bad Brains that I haven't released, who's one of my idols. And that was cool, but it was more on the reggae side. So, yeah, I could touch the rock lane a little bit more. You know?
I could see that because you
Travis
have
Barker, Machine Gun Kelly, oh my gosh.
You just embody like being a rock star, even from your look. So I'm surprised you haven't done like a little rock EP on the side. No, I didn't say I think you're hot, man. You about to get, but I just got engaged, fam. You about to get me in trouble. No, you just embody it from the tattoos, I was gonna say nail polish. Like you do embody like a rock star.
I thought my nails came out really nice this time.
How many times a week you getting your manicure in?
I try to like wait 2 weeks because I get gel and like they gotta like sand it down after, and I'm not down with all that, so I try to avoid it. I might even just keep on clipping it till it grows out. You know what I'm saying? I'm ratchet with it.
Damn, man, you really out here, Ty. Like, you one of the most unique motherfuckers I've been able to sit here and speak to. I was talking to Akon last week, and Akon told me he's not inspired by the music that's out. He said a lot of the music that's coming out is really cookie cutter, and he's saying it's lacking originality. What are your thoughts on like the current state of music and the music that's dominating the charts now?
Well, I'm glad I've been able to inspire Akon, and he's definitely inspired me. And I did say this earlier. I feel like people have been using the people have a shorter attention span. Oh, let's make TikTok songs. Let's make that. I feel like that's trash, and that's why the music sucks, because everybody's just following what the last song that worked, and they all sound the same. And they just, a lot of even artists I'll meet or producers I'll meet will say, "Oh, I'm gonna just do this because it's working." And it's like, that's not it. It's like we should get back to making classic songs because it's gonna last longer. It's like when we made something new, me and Wiz Khalifa. It was like years back, and then during the pandemic, it became one of the biggest songs on TikTok. You know why? Because it's a classic. Because it feels good. You know it, and like that's what we should stick to when it comes to music. Like all that other shit is cool, but it really sucks. Do you want to be a Limpio or a Sucio? Let's go.
Well, you gotta explain the two. Limpio.
I mean, it's
Sucio.
dirty or it's clean. You know, it's square or it's G.
Yeah. But I really do think that you hit it spot on. That people are now trying to get their shit to. They're making it with TikTok in mind rather than just making it with like it being timeless in mind.
Yeah, that's Limpio music.
Limpio music. So have you done any records or have you done anything geared for this new generation of like short term?
Nah, I haven't. I feel like anything that I've ever done, I put my heart into it. I sing my heart out. I say something, you know, very only that I would say type shit. I go crazy. So
yeah. Well, I gotta bring up one more thing. Snoop Dogg is close dash family, and Snoop is dropping his thing Mount Rushmore with Ice Cube, Too Short, E40, and Snoop.
Yeah.
Have you tapped in with them?
Yeah, those are my big bros, man. I've submitted songs for it. I don't know what they're using or whatnot. We gotta all get in the studio, but you know I'm supporting it. Anything they're doing. Snoop just dropped the "I Still Got It" album with DJ Drama. I just heard that. That shit bang. It's always refreshing to hear, you know, Uncle Snoop. And E40, I always say he's always been one of my top 5 rappers of all time. So you know, Cube too. I feel like he inspired all of us.
Absolutely.
You know?
And when you walked in, Too Short was playing Getting It, and I
Yeah.
saw you like harmonizing the words, almost like you were doing the background
Yeah.
vocals to it. So
Too
you,
Short also one of the biggest legends ever. You know, and
Yeah,
influences
yeah.
on my lyrics and my whole style for sure.
yeah, I feel like you do get a little bit of swag from all 4 of them.
For sure.
And last thing, if you don't mind me asking, how are we looking on TC and him getting out? 'Cause
Yeah, TC's still serving his life sentence, and we're working every day to work with the right team, find the right team. We got a good team right now. I don't want to say find the right team and dish y'all. We're working with the right team right now, and you know, inshallah,
Inshallah.
he'll get out.
I love that,
So,
bro. Inshallah. I was
yes,
hoping
sir.
to drop that because I saw an interview with him, and I know he converted to Islam.
Yeah.
And I remember when he did the track on the album Free TC, that's one of the few times, like, listening to a record, I got the chills, emotional, like, oh, man, that shit hit way different, man. So,
I appreciate the love, and I know TC does. And like I said, we're working and praying every day. Let's do it.
every single day, man. Well, shit. The record with Mustard, it's dropping soon. I know that. But what's your next immediate plan on that?
Right now we got the biggest song in the world out. You know, it's called "My Friends." Me and Mustard featuring Lil Durk, one of the biggest artists in the world, and 3 of the biggest artists in the world together. And it's a movie. Shout out to all the fans out there that's playing it, making them TikTok videos, them Instagram videos, Facebook videos, Twitter videos. Shout out to all the DJs out there playing it. You know, everybody watching the video on YouTube. We're just gonna turn up. I'm gonna be everywhere. I'm popping out.
Hell yeah, man. Well, it is Ty season for sure.
Let's go.
Anybody else you want to shout out or show love to before
Shout
we
out
get
to my
out of here?
team, and shout out to Team Dolla, and shout out to Dash Radio. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for having me. I appreciate the love, man. and your
Thank you.
time.
Thank you so much, man. Everybody, this was my wand, Ty LA staple.
Let's go.
Our generation's Nate Dogg. Rest in peace to Nate.
Let's go.
Thank you so much for
Appreciate the love.
coming through, man. My Friends is playing on Dash right now. Hip Hop X, the city, everywhere.
Let's get it to #1. Team Dolla. Let's go.
Let's go. We out. Boom.